Hyderabad is witnessing a high-voltage political campaign for the December 1st local body polls. Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Hyderabad today on the last day of campaigning, directly challenging the TRS and the AIMIM on their own home turf. Here's more on that.
Battle royale in the city of Nizams. Home Minister Amit Shah storming the turf of Owaisi with his mega road show in Sikandrabad. On the last day of campaign for civic polls, amid unprecedented high voltage attention, Shah launched a scathing attack on the opposition.
इतनी हिम्मत क्यों नहीं है कि मजलिस के साथ खुलेआम सीट शेयरिंग कर लड़े? एक कमरे के अंदर इलू इलू कर आप सीटें बांटते हो? मैं आपको हैदराबाद की जनता को भरोसा दिलाना चाहता हूं कि हम हैदराबाद को नवाब निजाम कल्चर से मुक्त होकर एक मिनी इंडिया बने ऐसा शहर बनाने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ेंगे। जब निकालने के लिए पार्लियामेंट में बहस होती है, कौन इनका पक्ष लेता है? देश की जनता जानती है, सबने लाइव टेलीविजन पर देखा है। और एक बार लिख कर
The Union Home Minister slammed both TRS and AIMIM over dynasty politics.
इतने बड़े तेलंगाना में आपके परिवार के अलावे आपको कोई नहीं मिलता है जी। हम डायनेस्टी से डेमोक्रेसी की ओर देश के लोकतंत्र को ले जाना चाहते हैं। और एक बार लिख कर मुझे दे दे, बांग्लादेशी और रोहिंग्या को निकालना है, बाद में मैं करता हूं। जरा लिख कर देने के लिए बोल दीजिए उनको।
The Home Minister began his poll campaign by offering prayers at the Bhagya Lakshmi temple.
Home Minister Amit Shah has arrived here at the Bhagya Lakshmi temple at the bottom of the Charminar, greeting the crowd. In fact, going across and greeting the crowd right now. That's the Home Minister. In fact, going right in front of the cameras there, just going, taking a round right now of the entire Charminar area.
यहाँ पे पहले उनका सस्तुवाचन से उनका स्वागत किया गया, फिर माता जी के अष्टोत्तर नाम से उनकी अर्चना कराई गई, फिर श्री सूक्त का पाठ करते हुए उनकी विशेष पूजा मतलब कराई गई। भगवान उनको हमेशा सफल बनाए।
The puja at Bhagya Lakshmi temple, located adjoining iconic Charminar, is in focus after BJP's promise to rename Hyderabad as Bhagyanagar.
Today in 2020, the Charminar, and right on the foot of this Charminar, one of the star is the Bhagya Lakshmi temple. It also witnessed the Home Minister Amit Shah coming here to start his campaign for the municipal elections in Hyderabad. Why is it that the Home Minister on the last day campaigning in Hyderabad for a municipal election, ladies and gentlemen, had to come to this very Bhagya Lakshmi temple?
BJP is aiming high after 2019 general polls and Dubaka by-poll victories. Will pledge to turn Hyderabad into Bhagyanagar, change the saffron party's Bhagya in South India? With Ankit Tyagi and Ashish in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi responds to the BJP's call of changing the city's name to Bhagyanagar from Hyderabad. Here's what he said. बीजेपी बोल रही है कि हैदराबाद को भाग्यनगर बनाएंगे, उनकी वही बात है। और उस पे आपका क्या कहना है? अगर नाम हैदराबाद से भाग्यनगर चेंज हो जाएगा, क्या हो पाएगा?
देखिए मैडम, एक उत्तर प्रदेश का रैंक क्या है, एज अ स्टेट रैंक कितना है, और तेलंगाना स्टेट का रैंक टॉप 5 में 3rd नंबर पे तेलंगाना था। आपका तो 25 नंबर पे आता। आप अपनी स्टेट की फिक्र करिए ना। आप हैदराबाद को आकर कह रहे हैं, आप हमको बता रहे हैं, भाई आपने तो हाथरस में एक दलित परिवार के पीड़ित बच्ची के माँ बाप को तक अंतिम संस्कार में आने की इजाजत नहीं दी। आप तो वहां ठाकुरों की सरकार चला रहे हैं और आप आकर हैदराबाद का नाम तब्दील कर देंगे। इनको भाई बीजेपी, देखिए मैडम, बीजेपी को हम चैलेंज किए हैं इलेक्शन में, हमको एक प्रोजेक्ट बता दीजिए जो आपने पैसा देकर हैदराबाद में फ्लाईओवर, वाटर लाइन, वाटर रिजर्वायर, सीवरेज लाइन, आप बताइए ना। भाई सैलाब आया, 100 साल के बाद इतना बारिश हुआ, आपने कर्नाटका को पैसे दिए, यहां पर नहीं दिया आपने। क्यों नहीं दिया यहां पर? आप यहां पर आकर असदुद्दीन ओवैसी जीना है, पुराना शहर, रोहिंग्या पाकिस्तानी है, 30,000 नाम रोहिंग्याओं के वोटर लिस्ट में। वोटर लिस्ट मैं बनाता हूं, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया बनाता है। तो ये सब आप गिलाजत और अनाप शनाप आप बक रहे हैं। हम तो डेवलपमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं कि ये काम होना था, ये काम करना है। ये तमाम चीज आप अपनी नाकामियों को छुपाने के लिए ये कर रहे हैं। ललकारिए जरूर, मगर ललकारने का तरीका ये नहीं है कि आप पुराने शहर की, तेलंगाना की, हैदराबाद की जनता को उनकी तौहीन करेंगे।
And farmers continue to be on warpath over centre's farm laws. Defiant farmers rejected the centre's appeal to move to Burari grounds and continue to protest around Delhi's borders. Centre is ready to have talks, but the ground remains tense, with farmers in no mood to relent and the government saying if they want to have talks, it needs to be in favourable environment. Here's more.
भारत सरकार आपके साथ आपकी समस्या और मांगों के लिए बातचीत करने के लिए तैयार है।
कब तक दुखी किसान रहेगा?
Home Minister Amit Shah urged farmers to join talks, but has also put a precondition for protesters to clear highway first.
मेरा आप सभी को ये आश्वासन है कि जैसे ही आप लोग इसमें शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं, एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड जगह पे अपने आंदोलन को शिफ्ट करते हैं, दूसरे ही दिन भारत सरकार आपके साथ आपकी समस्या और मांगों के लिए बातचीत करने के लिए तैयार है।
Farmer unions held a meeting to discuss Amit Shah's appeal for discussion, but rejected the precondition to shift their protest site to government-designated spot in Delhi's Burari area.
बटारी पार्क में नहीं जाएंगे, कभी नहीं जाएंगे, क्योंकि जो असी पड़ताल किया है बटारी पार्क का, हमें पता लगा है भी वो पार्क नहीं है, वो ओपन जेल है।
Earlier on Sunday, major drama unfolded at Delhi-Ghaziabad and Singhu border.
You can see again there is tension between the forces and the farmers who are protesting. They are trying to go inside the national capital, that is in Delhi, but the police is not allowing. First layer of barricade has been broken by the protesters.
Unprecedented pictures these, right at the national highway that connects Punjab, Haryana to Delhi, and you can see that this is not a protest ground, this is not Jantar Mantar. As far as you can look, there are trucks, tractors, crowds, people and a lot of sloganeering.
Amid the 4-day face-off in capital, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the advantages of the centre's new farm laws in his Mann Ki Baat address.
काफी विचार विमर्श के बाद भारत की संसद ने कृषि सुधारों को कानूनी स्वरूप दिया। इन सुधारों से न सिर्फ किसानों के अनेक बंधन समाप्त हुए हैं, बल्कि उन्हें नए अधिकार भी मिले हैं, नए अवसर भी मिले हैं।
During his visit to Hyderabad, Amit Shah reiterated and echoed support for farmers. Agriculture Minister Narendra Tomar called for right environment for talks and assured that MSP will continue.
मैं इतना स्पष्ट कहना चाहता हूं कि तीनों बिल जो है किसान रिफॉर्म्स है वो किसानों के भले के लिए है और बहुत समय के बाद किसान एक जकड़ी हुई व्यवस्था से बाहर आने वाला है।
कृषि सुधार कानूनों का एमएसपी से कोई लेना देना नहीं। एमएसपी पहले भी चालू थी, अभी भी एमएसपी पर खरीद हुई है और आने वाले कल में भी वो खरीद होती रहेगी।
But the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party slammed the centre for not engaging farmers for dialogue.
अमित शाह जी, सत्ता का अहंकार क्या आपके सर चढ़कर बोल रहा है? अगर आप 1200 किलोमीटर हैदराबाद जनसभा को संबोधित करने के लिए जा सकते हैं, तो 15 किलोमीटर दूर शंभू बॉर्डर पर किसानों से बातचीत के लिए क्यों नहीं?
Farmers protesting against the farm laws are staying out at the Tikri border amid police deployment. Security has been beefed up at the Singhu border, and the situation remains tense at the Delhi-Ghaziabad border too. With Mosme Singh, Munish Pandey, Arvind Oja and Himanshu Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's take a listen to actor cum activist Deep Sidhu, who's been on ground on the road with those farmers agitating against the new farm laws. This is exactly what he says is the reason for the farmers' protest. Let's take a listen from him. now that you're willing for a dialogue, why not Burari ground again?
See, the thing is, these farmers are not going to engage in a dialogue. It's the leadership. So leadership can go to any place. If today, a prime minister or a honorable prime minister or home minister or the agricultural minister would call them to their office or wherever for a serious dialogue, the leadership will definitely go and talk to them. And that's what they want. That kindly have a look at it seriously. And if people are not in favor of it, repeal it.
Okay.
So that they're requesting, yeah.
So now do you want it? You want a dialogue, or do you want to repeal it? And that's what you're looking at. Is there room for any dialogue? Is there room for any negotiation?
Yes, there is absolutely a lot of room to have dialogue. See what it is.
So you're not adamant that the laws must be quashed completely?
No. See, please understand. Our demand is to quash it. And we have our reasoning. And we have our kind of, how we are going to advocate our reasoning, right? So we have the facts and figures in place.
Okay.
So when you go to the government, you will first place the facts and figures. Then you will place that this is my prayer, that kindly repeal it considering these aspects.
Uttar Pradesh Police has registered the first case under the recently passed law against forced conversion marriages, or love jihad law as it's called. Now the case has been filed in Bareilly. Here's more on that.
Days after Uttar Pradesh government passed an ordinance to stop what it calls illegal forcible conversions through marriages and frauds, the first case under the law has been lodged in Bareilly's Devarnia police station. A resident of Sharif Nagar village has accused a man named Uwais Ahmed of manipulating and trying to forcibly convert his daughter.
और स्कूल जाती जब घर तो उसे पहला फजला को ले गो और उसने फरार कर दिया यहाँ से। अब ये हाल ये सालों रास्ता में मिलता है और गांव में इधर घेरता है उधर घेरता है और मान की हाँ धमकी देता है।
वो लड़की पढ़ने जाती थी, उसी समय से ये लड़का उस लड़की के साथ बदतमीजी कर रहा है। एक बार भगा के भी ले गया, फिर गांव के लोगों ने इसे समझा दिया मगर नहीं मान रहा है, बदतमीजी पे चालू है मतलब, और इस पे अधिक उचित कार्रवाई की जाए।
The alleged victim's family has pressed charges against accused under Section 3 and 5 of the law, claiming Uwais Ahmed is pressurizing the girl to convert and even threatening to kill her. The accused is absconding.
आरोप है कि एक बच्ची को जबरदस्ती धर्म परिवर्तन करके और मारने पीटने की बात आई है। अब आगे इस पे कार्रवाई जो भी होगी वो नियमानुसार और विधिक तरीके से की जाएगी।
The state cabinet cleared the unlawful conversion of religion ordinance on November the 24th. Under the law, seen as a bid to counter alleged cases of love jihad, a violator faces maximum 10 years in jail. The opposition calls it Yogi government's misplaced priority. Bureau Report, India Today.
So big news coming in. The search to locate second pilot of the MiG-29K trainer aircraft, which ditched off Goa on 26th of November 20, continues. Their naval ships and aircraft have been deployed extensively for the search. Some debris of aircrafts, including landing gear, turbocharger and fuel tank engine, have been located, but so far no sight of the pilot is yet. This is the search operation still continues to locate the second pilot of the MiG-29K trainer aircraft, which ditched off Goa. And missing Navy pilot Lieutenant Commander Nishant Singh's witty request for leave for his wedding has now gone viral, even as the search continues for this young pilot who has been missing ever since his MiG-29K fighter jet crashed into the Arabian Sea off Goa on Thursday. Here's more on that.
As the Navy continues to search the vast expanse of the Arabian Sea for newly wedded Lieutenant Commodore Nishant Singh, his witty wedding leave request has gone viral. In his letter to his commanding officer, Singh sought the permission to bite the bullet of matrimony. Using air combat jargon to describe his courtship he wrote, "On successful completion of 3 years of extensive survivability and compatibility testing trials, his fiancée has agreed to marry him." Lieutenant Commodore Nishant Singh ended his leave request to his senior by signing off, "Used to yours, but now hers faithfully." The letter is dated May 9th. Lieutenant Commodore Nishant Singh was the flight instructor of MiG-29K jet, which crashed on a routine operational flight of the aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya. Singh, a qualified flight instructor and a highly experienced pilot, is missing since Thursday evening. The trainee pilot who was flying with him was successfully rescued by helicopters shortly after the crash. According to the reports, the fighter made an uncontrolled descent into the sea. It's not known if the second pilot managed to eject.
इंडियन नेवी ने जांच कमेटी बिठा दी है। अब वो ही इसके निर्णय पे पहुंचेंगे हुआ क्या है। अभी तो पहला तो टास्क जो नेवी कर रही है इस वक्त जो प्राइम इंपॉर्टेंस है कि दूसरे पायलट जो कि कमांडर निशांत है उनको ढूंढना है, कहाँ हैं वो।
Helicopters and ships are scanning the surface of the sea in the hope that the young pilot has survived. If he did manage to eject, Singh's flight suit has flotation device as well as a personal emergency locator beacon. It's the 4th MiG-29K fighter that India has lost in the last 2 years. With Manjeet Negi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, looking to counter China's influence and increasing presence in the Indian Ocean region, India is setting up coastal surveillance radar systems in the neighborhood as part of its policy to enhance military diplomacy that will also lead to increased security measures in these friendly countries. Let's take a look at this exclusive report by Abhishek Bhalla.
From the icy heights of Himalayas to the depths of Indian Ocean, the dragon net is being laid for the dragon. With China increasingly getting active in the Indian Ocean region, India is setting up coastal surveillance radar systems in the neighborhood. These specialized radars for maritime surveillance have already been installed in Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and Seychelles. While sources in the security establishment have told India Today that these will be very soon set up in Bangladesh, Maldives, and Myanmar also.
Not only do we have a seamless coastal radar security architecture on India's 7,500 kilometer long coastline, but we have also integrated countries like Mauritius, Seychelles, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh into this architecture, with the intention of making this entire region foolproof and penetration free from any such inimical situations from developing.
The coastal surveillance radar system is capable of detecting small boats, fishing vessels, ships, and monitors any illegal activities in the sea.
So this kind of need was felt to strengthen the coastal security, and this is a very, very big step in that, so that this is a foolproof kind of a coastal security system in which no slip-ups happen ever again.
Under India's program Sagar, or Security and Growth for All in the region, India recently handed over INS Sindhuveer to Myanmar. India is also keeping a watchful eye on steady rise in the deployment of Chinese research and fishing vessels in the Indian Ocean region. Recently, the four-nation Malabar exercise involving India, Australia, the USA and Japan was concluded and hosted in 2 phases by the Indian Navy in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Clearly, the message to China is loud and clear. India is upping its game in all strategic domains.
This is part of India's military diplomacy that will also enhance security measures in some of these countries. Till now, these systems have been already installed in at least 3 countries, and in time to come, Myanmar and Bangladesh will also have these systems. In the longer run, at least 12 more countries are in the list where these systems can be put up. Abhishek Bhalla in New Delhi for India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.